What up? Welcome back to another episode of Select Your Character, created and hosted by yours truly. In this episode, we are once again taking a slight break from the Mario franchise and hopping back over to the Sonic franchise for a little bit. Before we get started, I wanted to address a couple things. Recently, one person has been commenting a lot on all of my videos, trying to correct me on misinformation and stuff like that. First and foremost, I want to say formally thank you, because if I shared any misinformation that doesn't really coincide with the truth, it was a complete accident and I was under the impression that it was the truth. But obviously, like I said, thank you so much first and foremost for correcting me. I was never trying to spread misinformation. Everything should be taken with a grain of salt. These videos are for entertainment purposes only. That being said, this episode is about another Sonic character and his best buddy, sidekick, Tails, Miles Prower. His name's Tails. Tails is awesome. I love Tails. You love Tails. Everybody loves Tails except Shadow. That being said, let's jump right into the video. Hope you guys enjoy it. Peace.
Sonic the Hedgehog. You know him, you love him, you might even hate him. For almost 34 years now, this little blue speedster has been running through loop-de-loops and crushing robots like no other. Since his debut in 1991, Sonic has starred in over 100 video games, 6 different TV shows, 3 blockbuster films, an entire buttload of comics, and even a frickin' cafe. I think it's safe to say that after all these years, Sonic has easily achieved icon status. While not every single one of his games was perfect, there's no denying the cultural impact that the Sonic franchise has had on both hardcore and casual gamers alike. But through all his badnik-busting adventures, Sonic wasn't always alone. In fact, after the first game, he never really was. In 1992, Sonic the Hedgehog 2 was released and gave us the introduction to Sonic's best friend and biggest fan, Miles Tails Prower. Ha! Get it? Miles per hour. It's a joke. It's hilarious. Making Sonic the Hedgehog 2, the developers wanted to introduce a second character, a hypothetical buddy to Sonic. This was mainly to draw in new players, as well as give Sonic a sidekick with a unique ability. So what did they do? They held a good old design contest, baby, oh yeah! Many potential designs for Sonic's sidekick would be submitted, but after what I could imagine was a very long decision process, the team finally decided on a character created by Japanese game designer Yasushi Yamaguchi. This was Miles Prower, a young two-tailed fox based on a kitsune. What's a kitsune? Well, so much for a good night's sleep tonight. This little dude, however, does not look like he eats nightmares. He looks like he eats Uncrustables. Actually, the name Tails wasn't originally planned for the character. In fact, Yamaguchi was pretty hell-bent on naming this character Miles Prower. Dude genuinely thought that this was the peak of comedy. It was actually the team at Sega that wanted to change his name to Tails, but they eventually compromised having Tails be his nickname and Miles Prower being his legal name. Man, it is so weird talking about the government name of a fictional fox. Let's talk about his backstory instead. As the ancient scripture states, after the events of Sonic 1, our favorite Hedgehog has taken his biplane, the Tornado, to a nearby island called West Side Island. Oh yeah, you know how Mario just has a castle? Sonic just has a plane. While running through West Side Island, Sonic comes across Miles, a young, insecure fox cub with 2 tails who looks up to Sonic and sees him as his hero. You see, the reason Miles looks up to Sonic so much is because Sonic is the embodiment of the confidence that Miles himself lacks. This dude was super shy and would pretty much get bullied every day because of his 2 tails. I hope no one stole his Uncrustable. So, as the story goes, Sonic encouraged Miles to be brave and have a voice. How sweet. Eventually, while trying to keep up with Sonic, despite him being literally the fastest creature in the universe, like what were you thinking? Miles discovers that he can propel himself forward and even fly just by using his 2 tails as a sort of helicopter. This, along with Sonic's encouragement, would eventually result in the two becoming best friends, as well as Miles officially changing his name to Tails. Since then, Tails has actually had some pretty solid character development over the years, developing an insane intellect and a knack for technology. He even helped Sonic work on his plane. The little guy is a certified mechanical genius. And I mean really, dude, this 8-year-old fox is literally MacGyver on Adderall. So in Sonic the Hedgehog 2, Eggman is back and he's up to his mustache in straight schemery. Believe it or not, Robotnik is trying once again to take over the world, this time by using the Chaos Emerald, 7 colorful jewels that hold infinite power. The main goal here is for Sonic and Tails to collect all the Chaos Emeralds before Eggman does, so that Sonic can become Super Sonic and defeat Eggman once again. Yeah, how did they not get sued for this? Not only did this game give us one of the greatest friendships in the history of fiction, but also one of the most likable and popular characters in gaming. Over the years, Tails has evolved so much, it's honestly rare to see video game characters like Mario and Sonic go through different phases of life and actually change as time goes on, but nonetheless, it's a treat every time. And nowhere is this more prominent than within our high-flying genius fox friend. Fox friend? fox friend. Since his debut in 1992, Tails has gone from a shy and insecure young fox cub without a voice to a strong, brave, independent super genius who can hold his own and whose intellect often excels even Robotnik's at times. Now that's what I call some amazing character development, and in turn, an even more amazing character. Miles Tails frickin' Prower.
Sonic, help me!
Oh, what the fuck? I mean, seriously, dude, like, what the hell? That's like 30 years of character development thrown out the window. As you could probably imagine, when this came out recently, this really pissed a lot of Sonic fans off. And rightfully so. I mean, we spent all these years, like, building Tails up, you know, giving him his own personality, and all of a sudden, he's a wuss.
Sonic, help me!
Oh, whatever. This video is short. What else can I talk about? So apparently Tails is from a place called Cocoa Island. That might be made of chocolate or something. That would be cool. I don't know, man. Cut me some slack. I do like 3 of these a week, alright?